So we're back on the skyline with the spigot bushing. So we're going to try the new method. Yeah, it fits perfect.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get stuck, it's fine. Alright, wet the bread, squash it all in there, compact it all in. Well, you wet the bread, just...
So my dad's ground up this bolt because I was like I was thinking about buying a new puller again, but I wanted to do the bread trick, and then my dad just randomly goes, oh, do it with grease. So then I'm like, no, fuck that, man, I'm just gonna do it with bread. So we fucking got bread in the motor. And what's gonna happen is apparently this bread's gonna, we wet the bread in the sink first. It's all soggy bread, as you can see. And I push the dog in, and it's meant to fucking all get behind the spigot in there. And then well, this bolt is gonna catch behind and push it out.
Yeah.
I think I just compacted all the bread in heaps.
Yeah, that's right.
This bolt's really good because it hugs the side perfectly. I know you gotta hit this really hard to make it pop out. Ow! Fuck. The bread just like slipped around the side of the bolt.
The what?
Bread slipped around the side of the bolt.
Okay.
So it's like the bolt needs to be bigger.
Touch bigger.
Yeah, so hidden bread in the motor is definitely not going to work in this case. Like I thought it was. It just looked like a bit stupid trying to hammer bread in your motor. So now I've got to get the leaf blower and try and blow it away. Anyway, I have this brilliant idea. Why don't we drill a thread in it? I was thinking this last night when I was in my bedroom getting high. Why don't we just fucking put a thread in it and pull it out with like a bolt? So that's my dad, and he goes, well, we can use an easy out. So even better idea. So now I'm gonna try and extract this spigot bushing in a new type of fashion I've just made up with my dad.
Now you're on that lane in all rocks, are ya?
So we have our bread motor. We have our puller from yesterday. I'm going to try tighten up these things and get the puller to work. So now it's not raining. Stuff might actually work out. So we get these all back here. Spin this one. So now we'll try the puller. I don't think there's no way this is even gripping anything. It's just going to pull itself right out. Yeah, so this isn't working. The grease isn't working. The easy out was too small. The chisel doesn't work. Nothing's working on this motor. This is just pulling itself right out the middle. As if it can't even pull it a little bit. What a shit fucking tool. Wish tools, hey? It'd be good if it at least even like cracked it a little bit. That'd be cool, but can't even fucking do that. It's got to just fall out. Like this. Pop! Did you hear that pop? Fucking hell.
Alright, so my dad helped me make up this tool with his hydraulic fittings because he's a hydraulic fitter. So he has all these fittings. And have a look at the tool that we're making now. We've got the back of the crank threaded. The easy out was too small, didn't work. So this, I don't know if you can call it revolutionary, I don't know if it's been done before, but I've never seen anyone do this. I thought of this last night, and like, I was just sitting there and I thought about it, but I was like, we put the bolt in, but then how do we get the bolt out with like a slide hammer? But like slide hammers are so dear, and like, this is, so we're using a dent puller that's just laying around in my house, so that doesn't get used for anything, so you don't use pull dents really with a dent puller like the old school one that screws a screw in the body, and then you pull the slide hammer to pull the dent out. So we got one of them on hand. So have a look at this thing. Check this out.
On the other section, you know what I mean? I've got fucking two shifters already there, look. Oh, I've got the small one there too.
There's a thread in there. that's the best bushing puller on the market. Why the fuck don't they make them at the shops? So we have our old automatic spigot bushing out. This is our new spigot bushing here. So I look for a nice socket. I normally just hit them in with a socket. I reckon it works quite well. So we're going to tap this in the back of the motor now. Alright, so I'm down here to tap my new bushing in. And guess what, dude? The motor's filled with bread, dude. This is fucked up. I knew the bread wasn't gonna work. Who the fuck hammers bread in their motor? Oh, that's right. Just everyone on YouTube. So then we're gonna get this fucking bread out of the motor. So I hit that spigot in. Got all that pesky bread out. Get it started with the hammer. Now we can use the sock. Do our flywheel. We're going to rough it up a bit with this 40 grit sandpaper so it has friction. Hear that? No charges. Alright, so we got this bolt. This is a new socket set. It's pretty cool. Got 19.
Dragging along cars and buses and market stalls. It was sparked by a heavy hailstorm which lasted just 30 minutes.
Damn! So we got a bolt. Bro, everyone's just like shooting people. Someone got shot dead today in Wollongong. I'm trying to watch that on the TV. Sorry for like putting the TV in the video, but someone just got killed in Piccadilly. I was fucking right there. It's like 20 meters away. I want to see what happened because I had to go to community corrections, and then like the community corrections person just shot someone. So like that's pretty cool. Didn't have to go. Get our bolt. So we got fucking 2 bolts. Open up our thread lock. Hope it's not jammed up, but it's not. Got some thread locker on there. More thread locker. Put the flywheel on the motor. Fuck, there's bread in our hooks. There's a lot of bread up here. Man, I don't know if these bolts fucking fit, eh? It fits in that one. And it fits in that one. Yeah,
And you can get right in there and get all the fucking shit out.
I know. I had my fingers in there. I already got it out pretty much. Pretty good.
Yeah, but you're better off with that. This.
They'll just incinerate. No one ever thought about the motor. Not like I did. So we got Loctite and bread in the threads to hold the bolts on. Alright, so now what we can do, put one of the bell housing bolts in for the gearbox, put a lever up here so this can't spin, and we get a breaker bar and we nip up these fucking bolts so they're done up tight. Do that before the Loctite dries. Alright, so we have one of our gearbox bolts in the side. We have a lever here to counter hold it in. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I think it might. If it doesn't work, you can just use the rubber gun. So, put this up here. Get this. It's working. In typical fashion, the camera's kind of in the way where I'd like to lay, but you know, doing this for you, otherwise I'd just be using the rattle gun to do this normally. But I'm trying to show what to do if you don't have all the fancy tools. So this is what you do if you're just on the ghetto tools, on the ground instead of with no hoist. Anyone can pretty much do this at home. The hardest is getting that spigot bushing out on different makes and models. It could be easier, harder, you know. It's all basically the same thing. Everything just looks different.
Believed to have overpowered the correctives officer before discharging weapon in front of terrified witnesses.
Gun in hand, a 37-year-old inmate ran from corrective services at about noon. Shots rang out through the CBD as shocked residents watched on.
what looked like he had a gun. He kind of went behind a wall, and then the first police car showed up and he started shooting at the police.
It's then believed the inmate turned the gun on himself and fired.
Everyone just sort of rushed to the glass to see what was happening, and the police had cordoned it off pretty quickly. But that's really as much as we know.
The man was a medium security inmate at the South Coast Correctional Centre in Nowra. He was in Wollongong for medical treatment, but when he got here, he overpowered a corrections officer, stealing their gun before running away. The inmate went into cardiac arrest. Paramedics worked to keep him alive, but he couldn't be saved. A corrections officer was also seen being treated at the scene. Police spent the afternoon combing the streets as they pieced together the moments leading up to the incident, with the intersection of Gladstone Avenue and Crown Street closed to traffic. The incident will now be subject to a coronial inquest. If you or anyone you know is in need of crisis support,
so we put a clutch disc into our motor, like such. Now we need to put the pressure plate on. Probably not a good time to get something in my eye. Really hurts. Oh, get out of my eyeball. Oh. There's something in my eye and it really fucking hurts. Oh. I'm back under the car with some safety glasses on now. Seems like the car wasn't very happy about becoming manual. So I put the manual clutch on and I just put something in my eyeball. I was just there like almost crying for like 5 minutes. There's some fucking in my eye. Shit. I dropped some bolts. Set the camera back on. So I don't even know if you guys have seen half of this video. Lucky the GoPro's pretty like got the fish eye. So I'm trying to line up. Oh no, not again. Something just went in my eye again. Probably because I'm laying right underneath it. So it doesn't line up that way. I should have marked it with the marker when it was inside. Doesn't line up that way. Pretty sure this is lined up. My neck's hurting. Try to get like at least 2 bolts so we know it's secure. We'll put 3 in just for some safety. We'll have a look at that. Well, dowels have all lined up. So bolt in the clutch. Alright, so you go side to side with the clutch. Like a star pattern, like you meant, same as when you're doing it wheels. And this will pull the clutch down into the dowels as it pushes it like the spring shit back. And I'm pretty sure like these springs get pushed out when you tighten it down. Oh, the wind is blowing more shit in my eyes. So we've nipped up all our things. Well, the motor starts spinning now. And we'll try to tighten these bolts anymore. So, gonna have to do the holdy thing again, or use a rattle gun, but you don't really want to use a rattle gun on this unless you're like really good with your rattle gun. Or you have like a low powered electric one that you can change the newton meters with. Like if you have Milwaukee, you can use your phone to like change your newton meters. So we can pull this thing out now. I'm pretty sure the car's manual now. It's almost manual. Technically, it's not manual just yet. Because there's one thing that's keeping it automatic. The car doesn't know what it is now. Like, is it an automatic without the gearbox and it's got a clutch bolted on it? Or is it a manual that's randomly got an automatic gear shifter in the center console? So, it is book. That says 29 newton meters, but I did it up with this. So that has to be right. Learn what the flywheel specification is. I just realised I bolted the wrong plate, friction material plate, under the pressure plate. We have a Westlake friction disc underneath, some weird made in England pressure plate that needs to be PBR. It's meant to have this in there, so I have to go take it apart now. Whoops. Alright, so I accidentally put the wrong pressure plate in. Well, not the pressure plate, the wrong material disc. So we got that off. We got our brand new disc out of our old clutch. We're gonna get the other disc there. Now put this in the motor. Like this. Wait, we got this? Oh shit. Have to line it up again. Fuck. Pretty sure that lines up. Try the bolts. Okay. Put some bolts in. There's some bolts in there. Okay. So now we can have a look at it. So we're running 6 bolts in the clutch. So 9 will still work. So we get all our bolts in the clutch. Make sure you start them all by hand so you don't cross thread any bolts. It's raining outside the car right now. So we're gonna do this with the star pattern. New clutch on, man. Pull it out. Pull it out. Be pulled out. Just in time.
Now if you want, you can even make sure it fits.
And put it back in here. Now as you can see, that fits. Oh fuck. We're doing ourselves some mischief here. Come on, man. Give it back. Okay, I've never done this before. Fucking lubed it up and everything. But somehow got this stuck in the motor even though I just licked it. Too much THC in my spit made it all sticky. Okay. The clutch alignment tool is fucking stuck in the motor. I've been pulling this fucking mat. It's like shaking the whole motor. I have to get multi-grips to pull it out. I don't know how The gearbox is meant to go in, come out. Now we're back on here with multi-grips. I'm gonna try and pull this out. No way. What the fuck? You just broke the fucking RB alignment tool.